Introduction to Migrated Courses. Migrated courses from GauchoSpace to Canvas from summer 2021 to spring 2023. This video will cover locating your migrated courses in Canvas, comparing course content and organization from your course in GauchoSpace to the migrated course in Canvas. We'll also cover editing the homepage in Canvas and editing modules which house course content, and how to edit assignments and due dates. Log into Canvas, you'll be brought to your dashboard page within your Canvas account. Here you'll see the courses that you have access to that are on your dashboard. You'll notice that there's two areas where your courses are housed. There's published courses and unpublished courses. Unpublished courses is how you'll get your course when it's created. So whether it be an academic course site or a sandbox site, when you first get your course, it will be unpublished. This means that students won't have access to the course at the time that it's unpublished. Once you publish the course, students will then have access to the course. For your migrated courses that we migrate from GauchoSpace to Canvas, these will be populated in your unpublished courses area. And one way to identify them is looking for the past quarter name included in the course title. So here I've got a spring 2022 course. See it in the title there and in the S22 in the short name there. So just to keep in mind as you see these courses populate, just making sure you're looking at the right course. And for instance, some people may get confused. They think this is their spring 2023 course, but just noting that quarter to make sure you understand this is a migrated course and this is not your actual academic course. In this case, my spring 2023 course is up here, noted with that S23 to let me know it's a spring 2023 course. So to show what a migrated course looks like, I'll go into this example of an imported course here in my unpublished courses. So when I open my migrated course, I'll see a home page like this. We bring all the migrated courses will have a similar homepage template, and we'll touch on how you can edit this template and personalize it for your course once you import your materials. But you'll see a very similar homepage when you open up your course. And then down here, you'll see all the different links to the different sections that were in your GauchoSpace course. So if you were using the weekly sections, you would see a link for each week. If you were using any topics or thematic sections in your course in GauchoSpace, you'll see those same options here. And as you get oriented into Canvas, you'll see that modules is really where the course content is housed. You have multiple areas within your course in your course navigation here, but truly the content of the course, when we think about the content of a GauchoSpace course site, that's going to be housed and organized in the modules area. So I'll click on the modules area and we can look at a comparison of the materials that we see in the modules and also a comparison to the GauchoSpace course. So in this tab, I'll flip over to the GauchoSpace course. This kind of a basic setup of a course. We've got a general area, we've got a forum here, and then if I expand the other sections of the course, so we've got a label with week 1, an image, a file, a couple of links, external links, an assignment, some similar content for week 2 and week 3. So when I look by comparison into my Canvas site, I see I've got the same modules. I've got 3 different modules here. And then when when I look at those labels, so when I look at, say, week 1, and I see, I've got text and I've got an image, those don't populate onto the modules page itself. What that will come over as is a page or a text header. So in this case, when I click on the week 1 page here, I'll see that text and that image that I see in my week 1 section in my GauchoSpace site. So again, this is what we call a label in GauchoSpace, and that in most cases is going to populate into a page. In some instances, if you have a small label, such as here in week 3, I have just this label that says week 3 readings. If I go back to my modules page in Canvas and I go to that week 3 area, I see the week 3 readings, and this is actually what we call a text header in Canvas. And this is a nice way to have actual text on the modules area. You can't populate rich content such as images into this area, but any kind of text you want to use to organize materials in the module, you can use a text header for. Another difference when comparing these two courses, when I go back to my GauchoSpace site, and in my week 3, I've got this policies folder, and a folder is used to hold multiple files in one place. In Canvas, there's not quite an equivalent to a folder, but these will populate into their own page, and then all the files in that folder from GauchoSpace will be populated onto that page. So if I click on my policies page here, so I get brought to a page and all of those files are shown here. So you'll also notice the external links here, the assignments, the quiz, all of those pieces come over. That's a one-to-one equivalent, and they'll come over in the same order. It's really going to be the labels and things like folders that are going to be a slight change in how you understand and see them in Canvas in your migrated courses. So this is a small example. Obviously, this is going to be a little different for every course and how you use GauchoSpace and how you organize your materials. But by and large, this is kind of the relationship of the migrated course. So next, I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and we'll look at how you can import your migrated course materials into your actual academic course site. We recommend that you migrate or import your migrated course site into your academic course site and then make adjustments to your course content in your actual academic course site. So to begin, I'll open up my course site. So I've got my Spring 2023 course, and then I'll click on Import Existing Content in the top right. So here I am now on my import page. To import that course, I'll click on this Content Type drop-down menu, and I'll select the option for Copy a Canvas course. Again, we copy over your GauchoSpace course into a Canvas course automatically, so it is a Canvas course we're copying from. And then using that Select a Course drop-down menu, I can select that Spring 2022 course. Again, just make sure you're double checking the year of the course that you're importing. And then here, what most people will do and we recommend is just importing all the content. If you do want to specify specific content that you only want to bring over certain things, you can do the Select Specific Content option. But I'm going to do all content. And I can also adjust the events and due dates, and we have a link in the description of this video for how to use that feature. But from here, I'm just going to click on Import, and then this is queued, and It's now switched to running, so it'll run depending on the size of the course. These take, anywhere from 2 to possibly as long as 5 minutes, depending on your internet connection. But yeah, once it's run, I can jump back over to, say, the modules page, and I'll be able to see all that content brought over just like it appears in that other course site.
Now that you've imported the course materials, we will walk through how you can add, modify, and delete content for the new academic quarter. First, the Home tab. The Home tab is the first page that students see each and every time they click on your course page. The placeholder front page might appear, but you can change this to the templated course homepage, that page with Henley Gate and links to your modules, by clicking on the Pages button from your course navigation menu, clicking View All Pages in the top corner, and it'll list out all imported pages from your course site. Generally, the templated homepage is called Front Page 2, but if you renamed it, you can always click on a page to see it. And once you found it, you'll hover to the right-hand side, click the ... and select Use as Front Page. Now, when I return back to the Home tab, I'll see that templated homepage with the Henley Gate image. Both the default homepage and the templated homepage is editable, and instructors can edit it for their specific courses. To edit the homepage, click the Edit button in the top right-hand corner. This will open up a text editor where you can add text and use the rich content editor to format the text, bold, underline, etc. You can add media such as images. So for example, if you wanted to replace this Henley Gate image, you could click on it, select delete, and insert your own image, either uploaded or one that's already been attached to your course. And you can also link to specific course content, such as additional modules, by using the link icon in the rich content editor and selecting course link. You can then link to specific materials, including specific sections or modules. Once you're done editing your front page, you scroll down to the bottom and click Save. If you don't want to use the customizable homepage option for your course, you can choose a different homepage from the Home tab by clicking Choose Homepage on the right-hand side of your screen. Canvas has 5 different options, and we've linked a guide in the video description that details each of these options. At UCSB, we found that the 2 most common are the Pages front page, that customizable, editable page where you can add links, text, and/or resources, and the course modules. This course modules option is the most similar to GauchoSpace. It displays all the course content in those modules or sections when students open the course. Once you've made your selection, click Save, and you'll see it appear again on that Home tab. Regardless of your course's homepage, a majority of course content will live in the Modules tab. As Gus mentioned earlier, modules provide the flow of the course and allow you to set the order of resources and activities for students. Depending on the organization of your class, modules can be set up by week, by topic, or by resource type. So all the readings are together, all of the assignments are together, etc. Your migrated course will have a module for each corresponding section in your GauchoSpace course. That's these titles here, course resources, week 1, for example. You can create new modules for additional sections by clicking the plus module button in the top right-hand corner. To edit the title of an existing module, click the triple dots to the right-hand side of the module and click Edit. You can then enter the name. So maybe I want to rename Course Resources to General Information. There are also a few more advanced pacing options available here, such as adding a date in which these materials are unlocked to students or made accessible to students, or to set requirements or prerequisites to access this material. Once you've made your settings, you'll go ahead and click Update Module, and you'll see that module is now titled what you changed it to. Within each module exists all of the linked resources and activities. To add additional resources or activities to a module, click the plus sign to the right of the module title. This opens up a drop-down menu where you can choose the activity or resource type that you want to add to this specific module. For example, if I wanted to add my syllabus for this term, I would choose the file from the drop-down and either pick an existing file that I already have added to my course or click Create File and choose the file from my computer. Once I've done so, I can click Add Item, and that'll add that file to the appropriate module. I can repeat this as many times as necessary to add new assignments, quizzes, additional files, web pages, discussions, text headers, external URLs, or external tools to my modules. I can reorder modules or activities within the modules by using the 8 dots to the left-hand side of the activity or the module. I can drag and drop things within a module, so I can pull library resources up to the top, for example, or I can rearrange things within modules. So I can bring How to Be Successful, for example, down to the week 1 module. Similarly to editing the names of modules, I have a few options if I click the ... to the right-hand side of a specific activity or resource. So for example, this How to Be Successful in this class page of information in Canvas, if I scroll and click the ... edit button, I can edit the name of this page as well as I can also indent it. If I click on the ... button again, I can also duplicate this activity. I can remove it from the module or share it with a colleague. Note that this remove option doesn't delete the resource, the file, or the assignment from the course. It simply removes it from the modules page. That removed material can still be found in the appropriate index page on the course navigation menu. So if I remove a file, for example, I can still access that file from the Files index page on the course navigation menu. As the instructor, you can decide if you want students to have access to things only via the modules tab, or if you want to also allow students to have access to things via their appropriate index pages, such as the assignments index page or the discussions index page. This course navigation is set up on the Settings tab, and we've linked a guide in the video description that provides instructors on how to customize their course navigation menus. One thing you might notice is the green check marks and gray circles that run down the right-hand side of the page. This indicates if an item is published or unpublished. The module must be published, have a green check mark next to it, in order for students to see that module and any resources underneath it. You can publish a module by clicking on the gray circle so that a green check mark appears. So now, for example, week 4 appears. Students can now see it. Similarly, you can unpublish modules by clicking on the green check mark until a gray circle appears. You can do this at the module level, as well as at the individual activity or resource level. So for example, in this week 4, I can unpublish the week 4 journal. So students will be able to see still the week 4 discussion, but because week 4 journal has that gray circle next to it, students won't be able to see that specific assignment within the module, despite the module being published. In addition to reviewing and making necessary edits to your modules, you will also want to review your assignments to make sure that they have the appropriate information and due dates for the new academic quarter. You can review all of the course's assignments, quizzes, and graded discussions from the Assignment tab on the course navigation menu. To edit all of the due dates in a course on a single page, you can click the triple dots in the top right-hand corner of the Assignments tab and click Edit Assignment Dates. All of your assignments will now appear, and if I scroll my screen out a little more, I now have this chart here where I can quickly update all of my assignment dates, due dates, available from dates, and available until dates or cutoff dates on one single screen. After making the changes, don't forget to click Save in the top right-hand corner to make those changes stick. To edit the information on a specific assignment, you can click on the assignment either from the Modules tab or from the Assignments tab. You can click on it and then click on the Edit button in the top right-hand corner. Here, you can edit the assignment's name, the assignment's instructions, as well as different settings such as the point values, the submission types, as well as changing the due dates down here at the bottom. Again, be sure to click Save after making any changes. If you use quizzes in your course, we recommend taking extra time to review your quiz questions to ensure that they've migrated over properly. If you click on a quiz, you can preview what that quiz looks like from a student's perspective using the preview option. And then you can also click the edit button just right to the right-hand side of that. Again, edit the settings on the details tab and edit the particulars of specific questions on the questions tab. If you have any questions about your Canvas course or the migrated content, please email us at help@collaborate.ucsb.edu.